Everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing October's monthly tarot and oracle, life, love, and abundance, our 12 astrological signs readings. That's a mouthful. And we are doing it with an October, Halloween, fall theme this time around. I don't know which tarot deck I will be featuring. I know it will be a tarot deck, and I know it will be more of a fallish or shadowy type deck that I will be working with. The reason I don't know is because this time around I decided I was called to, for each astrological sign, to use a different tarot deck. I'll probably be consistent on the oracle decks, but the tarot decks will be probably different from each reading. So if you end up looking at a video for, say, a friend or a lover, then you'll probably see that, hey, they have a different deck than what I had. That's because I'm just feeling like doing that. Well, no, we'll see how that goes for me. I may end up finding a deck and I just fall in love and use it for the rest of the time, or I may literally use 12 different tarot decks. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, this is a general reading. I touch upon, life, love, abundance topics, shadow aspect topics. But this is for any person with this particular sun or moon astrological sign looking at it. Is it going to speak to every single thing happening in your personal life? No. But that's what a personal reading is for. So if you would like to have something more in depth about your month ahead, you can head on over to abundantlifetarot.com or to my Etsy store, Abundant Life Shop, and book a reading with me. I'm happy to go much further and much deeper into your personal situation. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy your reading. Have a very blessed and abundant, and it's a harvest time. This is wonderful. It's fall, and so embrace it, enjoy it. Things will be discarding and dying off, making room for the new. So it's a beautiful, there's the fallow time, but it's just making room for what's to grow. So much love, many blessings to all of you. So Aries, we are doing your October's Life, Love, and Abundance Tarot and Oracle reading. This is a monthly reading where we look at the overall vibrational energies that you'll be working with for the month of October. This video is really for the person who is feeling called to watch this video. I'm hoping that there will be something in the reading that you pick up and that you resonate with, or that it provides that additional insight that you need to be able to make a decision, all that good stuff. So let's get on started. We're working with the White Rabbit Oracle combined with the Oracle of Nightmares by Ariana Siegel of White Rabbit Oracle, which is the name of her website and her store. And she also created the Oracle of Nightmares. I decided to combine it for a combination of light and dark energies to look at for the month. And we'll see how this works out for us. Okay. All right, Spirit. What are the overall overarching energies that Aries will be working with in the month of October? Okay. So we have regret. We have manifestation. And we have playfulness. And so what I get a sense of here is that you don't want to have any regrets. You want to manifest a life that feels complete, that feels full, that feels purposeful and driven by your personal goals. And I get a sense that playfulness is finally going to be able to happen. Whereas in the past months, you hadn't been able to play as much at all. There's been some serious things going on in your life, some business happening, some working happening, a lot of things happening to prevent you from keeping an playfulness in your life. but I get a sense that that will change in October. Perhaps it's a seasonal change that invites that in for you. I also get a sense that some of you, Aries, are called to bring in more playfulness. Perhaps you're in the state, you know, when I do these readings, I know that everyone is working with their own particular energies and their own particular Aries energies. So some may be further down the road with this than others. Some will already be in an era of playfulness, really enjoying what the season brings, which is fall in the northern hemisphere and spring for the southern hemisphere. So it's that automatically kind of brings that energy into play, especially if you celebrate Halloween, for example. For some of you, though, this is an invitation to bring in more playfulness in your life, to manifest more of it, because you haven't been. Some of you have been living in a state of regret, which we all say, I don't want to live with regrets. I don't want to have to live with regrets. But many of us sadly do not realize that we are. Ella, can you come get him, please? Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Many of us don't realize that we are sitting with regret. Every time we're not following our heart and manifesting what we need to manifest and try to manifest those bigger dreams in our life, we will find ourselves living with regret, and we will find ourselves not being in a playful state to even be in a powerful place to manifest. Just all something to think about for the month of October. All right, so let's take a look at let's do my usual spread. We first look at what do Aries need to confront in the month of October, or what will they be confronting in the month of October? What will Aries be confronting in life, love, and or abundance in the month of October? Justice. Okay, that's too many. I think that's an accident, although I could be wrong. Could be wrong, but I don't feel wrong. If I was called to have those cards be on the table, they would. But I wasn't. I was called to put them back in the deck. Okay. Nice. Turn out the music before I have to have that copyright thing going on. Don't want that. Okay. All right, so what tools will Aries be using in the month of October to help navigate in their journey? I need to be gentle as I shuffle this deck. Okay, these three are coming out again. So, cool. I like when that happens. That means you're persistent something. Okay, and then finally the outcome cards. What will Aries be leaving behind in October and taking forward into November? What's the outcome cards? What's happening? What do we need to know and work with? What do Aries need to know? Seven of Pentacles. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to disconnect some. Okay, we have Two of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Sorry, guys. Dropped everything. My mic back on. Okay. Anything else? Outcome cards. Three, two, big reading. Sorry, guys. Spirit has a lot to say to you this month. So that's okay. We'll roll with it. I'm just going to roll with it and try and be as forthright and giving all the information and straightforward so we don't make this very long. What do Aries need to surrender in the month of October? What needs to be surrendered for Aries? What needs to be surrendered? Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Okay. All right. For abundance. Oh, thank you. I'm running out of space. Let's see if we can make this work. I have to move my daughter's little turtle. She wanted in the video. And let's look at the love for singled and coupled up Aries. What's happening in October and what advice do you have? Okay, and then if we have time, I will pick a card from here and we'll take a look at, I'll go with my intuition and we'll take a look at the guidebook. All righty, let's get started now that we've laid out all the cards. What's happening in the month of October? So we have justice. We have a sense of you actually literally having matters being settled, being resolved, things like, perhaps in legal affairs coming to a head and coming to closure. Perhaps for some of you, this is just merely bringing more justice or fairness into your everyday life with your family members. Maybe, having a more balanced approach in how you're divvying out the chores, or Ella, how you're divvying out the chores, or maybe you considering yourself much more fair in your dealings with, co-workers or with anyone and everyone. So there's a sense that there's a balance coming, which is nice for you. It wasn't like that really in the past months, but now there's a strong sense of that coming into your life. We have the Six of Cups. And again, it's about that playfulness. We have, these children featured here. There will be a sense of playfulness for you, a sense of emotional connection with, maybe friends, kindred spirits even, and being able to be in a playful time. So what's happening this month, what's coming, is opportunities to, feel like a child, to be like a child, that's where the Halloween may come in for some of you, where you may really get into it this year, whereas before maybe you weren't able to, for whatever reason, but now this year you can. And so I really get a strong sense that that is tying into the playfulness card. Many of you are working and really cultivating what it is that you're trying to do, whether it's a business you're trying to build, whether it's your work career, you're steadfastly, you're working at it. And this shows that the fruits of your labor are finally starting to yield some results, and you can start to say, okay, I'm starting to see what's happening. I see what's growing here, and I'm knowing that I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. and I'm working it, and I'm having faith, and I'm manifesting things through my own diligent work and efforts into trying to manifest a better life for myself. And then what comes up here, it says obstacles and blocks are lifted in October. All of your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. And then we do get a sense that, yes, there's a 5 of Swords situation coming up. It could be in love. It could be in work life for some. 5 of Swords being, like kind of an unfair fight. Maybe in the month of October, that's where that regret is coming in. Maybe something came up, like an argument. It didn't feel like a very fair or just argument to you. And then you're like, I don't want to feel this regret anymore. So, we'll look more into that, because I see here healing family issues and forgiving and learning. So that's why I get a sense that it's dealing more with the emotional side of things, the romance side of things, than it does. It could pertain to business affairs where, there's some kind of dissension and conflict amongst coworkers. But I don't get a sense of that, because we get some cards here that kind of tell me that the work in the abundance areas is doing good. It's the love area that is going through a healing process. Okay, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Can't talk. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So there could be petty arguments that are coming up between you and your lover. And it's bringing up old family issues that may be in your current family or your family of origin, where you need to heal that so you can be able to heal your current relationship today. For those who are not in actual relationship, maybe you're single right now. This is saying, hey, this month will provide an opportunity for you, because you may get into an argument with someone you're trying to date, or maybe get into petty arguments with friends, or maybe you're having inner struggles with yourself, kind of beating yourself up in an unfair kind of way. You need to heal some family issues there. There's something that constantly berates you. Maybe it's your, mother's words of, discouragement. Perhaps it's, siblings constantly putting you down. Who knows what that could be? However, it is time to take a look at that and to work on that and to heal that. And you will. You will. You will also forgive and learn from everything. Even as a single person, you have the opportunity to do some forgiveness work and some learning work in the area of love. You may have some disappointments this month, but next month could be very well a beautiful month, because you've done the work this month. It says here, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And for those who are in a relationship, married or, in a committed relationship, after you've been doing, you can only change you, by the way. So as you work on you, this is the advice the Spirit has for you. As you work on you and heal your personal issues, your partner will see that and feel that and follow suit. And then you both will be in a place of being able to forgive and learn from one another and learn from the situation that came up. All right, so let's look at the tools that you have here going forward. We have Queen of Pentacles. I love the Queen of Pentacles because she is the nurturer of resourcefulness, of bringing in resources, of, creating a beautiful home and, building a strong and bountiful, abundant way of life for herself and for her family. So I get a sense that there's manifestation, powerful manifestation happening in the month of October for Aries, in areas of business, in areas of, building your home or redecorating your home or or just organizing your home, I get a strong sense that you're manifesting powerful things for your future even. That's as a result of you being in a very creative and receptive way, like a queen would be. We have here the Page of Swords. So there is some, there's some news that's coming, and that you will have the mental agility and the clarity of mind to deal with whatever news that may be coming to you. And it's not, I don't get a sense it's bad news, but it's going to require that you have to surrender to the wisdom of your body. Ella, can you get him, please? Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. So again, getting clear before you move forward is all that needs to happen. You don't have to worry too much next month, or I'm in September, but we're in October. Ella, get Bishop, please. Thank you. You don't have to worry too much about that, about bad news coming, because that's not what this is about. This is about you just being in a Queen of Pentacles kind of way, where you're like, I'm ready to not only take action steps and move forward, but also now to be in a receiving place and to surrender to the wisdom of my body, to listen to those intuitive cues. My instincts are speaking to me. So what are they saying? I get a sense that with the King of Cups in the tools position is saying, bring more emotional connections this month. Bring more loving connections this month when you are showing up in the world. You have the ability to have abundant love, abundant home life, abundant career, as we see here with the 10 of Pentacles. And for some of you, it's, you have been really focusing on your life purpose and saying, hey, how do I want to now rebirth or resurrect or come and transform into the world? What am I bringing forth this month? And actually taking the action steps to manifest and bring it forth in both love and life. How you do that is like with the King of Cups. Sometimes you kind of have to go through some bumps and bruises, some arguments. Maybe somebody drank too much, or maybe someone didn't pay a bill or missed a bill or something for example, in a relationship. Well, the King of Cups, how the King of Cups handles that situation, they don't shun the person and push them away and say, you know what, you're naughty and you don't deserve my love and affection. No. The King of Cups shows by example, leads by example, is the way shower of how you are forgiving, how you are loving, and how your love is unconditional and bigger than that. You're bigger than the pettiness of the Five of Swords. And, again, I just see really powerful things happening with the 10 of Pentacles, manifesting and working towards your career goals. Again, obstacles and blocks are lifted. And you just have to keep yourself in a receptive state of mind. And, even that playfulness is going to really help you in your manifestation journey. Partnership. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So if you've been waiting for something to happen, maybe for your business, maybe an online business, or maybe for a job, or perhaps, just at work, and you don't know how you're going to get something done. Well, this month will present a partnership opportunity for you, or several partnership opportunities, which is actually bringing in a lot of abundance to you and into your financial situation. And I love that the obstacle and blocks are lifted. I get a sense that, again, even with not just dealing with your love life, you surrendering to the wisdom of your body and following your intuition with things like, for example, if you are searching for a job and you're or a new job, and you're I'm listening to my intuition on whether I should or not I should even submit an application, or whether or not I should accept that offer. And you find that your intuition is a great partnership for you, and it's not leading you wrong. And you've actually been stumbling on great opportunities of abundance and wealth, and it's really been very impactful for you. And you're going to have a very strong October for it. Whereas, again, maybe at the start, you didn't know if that was going to be the case, but as you round off and end October and you move into November, you'll realize, wow, I've been really, really doing what I need to do to start to bear the fruits and see what I've been really, really working with and working towards and having happen. Which leads me to the outcome cards, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. She looks like a queen to me. It's 7 of Pentacles. Where again, that's what I was saying, like with the outcome cards, the energy that you'll be taking forth into November is that sense of, okay, I am taking stock of what I've done so far and what I need to do to keep going. So the 7 of Pentacles tells me that you're really starting to get clear on that, listening to the wisdom of your body and manifesting things as you go and putting in the work, no doubt, listening to, working in partnership with spirit, but also you doing the work, you doing that manifestational dance of the yin and yang, of taking action steps and then being in the receptive mode and trying to be both. And sometimes it's clunky as we really start to try to manifest things in our life. We manifest on accident, or it's not quite what we want, but over time it gets refined and refined and refined. As we see with the 2 of Pentacles, you start to get more refined in your choices. You start to get more refined in what it is that you wish to do and how you wish to grow your pentacles, your money, your coins. You start to you do it for the joy. That's what you'll carry forth into your future, into November and December, is this 2 of Pentacles energy. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to juggle everything, but you choose to do it joyfully. Whereas in the past for you, or maybe for you've seen others who don't necessarily do it joyfully. And again, with the 8 of Wands energy, I just get a strong sense of things are really going to start really moving and shaking for you in terms of your abundance house, in terms of your career house, your life purpose house. You're going to be getting news, wonderful news, towards the end of October, maybe about some job offers, maybe some news of a partner returning to you, maybe some news about I don't know, just good, like not necessarily just good news, but news that will carry you forth and move you into the next step of your journey with what you are trying to grow and build, which is powerful. We have the 10 of Wands. There will be some energies in the month of October where you'll start to feel like you're carrying the burdens of others. This could be in your workplace. This could be in your home life. This could be with friends, with lovers, what it may have, it could be any of those areas. But the 10 of Wands is saying, hey, you're carrying this burden. Where regret will happen is if you start to carry other people's weight and other people's burdens all the time, whether you're constantly, underselling yourself, and like if you're a reader, for example, a tarot reader, and you're doing a lot of readings and you're carrying along a lot of burdens, or maybe you're a YouTuber and, you're putting up a lot of content, but you're not getting a lot back for it. You're carrying a lot of burdens, and where the regret will come in for you is if you start to feel like this is starting to create obstacles for you to your blessings, to your manifestations. And so I invite you to not carry this energy, to leave this in October, but it will be an energy that you have to confront and face. And it's important to, Aries. It's important to get clear on what's important to work on now and what's important to let other people carry their own burdens. Because now if you're ready to kick your manifestation up into high gear, you're going to have to surrender some stuff that does not belong on your plate. Whether it's, at work, whether it's at home, you're going to have to do that. We get the 10 of Cups, which is lovely. I mean, you've got the 10 of Pentacles coming up. abundant times here where you're feeling taken care of, feeling nurtured, feeling loved, feeling a sense of emotional fulfillment, having hope for a better tomorrow in your relationships, even if you're single, having hope that things will turn around, really feeling like it really, I get a strong sense that that playfulness is what's really helping you to kick your manifestation to high gear. So whenever you start to get too serious with like the 10 of Wands or the 5 of Swords, no, Bishop, sit, sit, sit. Good doggy. He's upset because my son left. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't even think. So there's a strong sense of hope coming for you, like that beautiful things are coming your way, wishes fulfilled in both if you're in a relationship, a committed relationship, or if you're single and dating. I get a sense that just keep hope alive, because this tells me that in October, little things will start to blossom and come up. But you've got work to do, my loves. Don't think that you're going to get to a 10 of cups. This is really like, for some of you, this could be very much throughout the month of October. Some of you, it could be at the beginning. Well, many of you, I get a sense that this will be something towards the end of the month, after you've done some healing family issue work, some shadow work, and after you've done some forgiving and learning, and after you've shed some regrets about how past relationships have unfolded in your life, you get through that, you are going to place yourself into a beautiful state of receiving love and receiving abundance. And again, for those who are single, I'm just getting a strong sense that there is a partner that's like right there, that's there. Because we have the 10 of Cups sitting next to the Star. Really, if you want a chance for a potential relationship with this person, and I get this sense of that will be appearing in your life in October, please, please do not ignore the work that needs to be done here. We're talking about spending a day of journaling. We're talking about meditation. We're talking about spending 5 days devoted to maybe, 10-minute meditations of working through these issues, or journaling, or or talking it out. Whatever you need to do to heal those things, so that way when this lovely, beautiful manifestation of love comes, of hope, of the 10 of Cups energy, you're ready and you won't blow it by being regretful, by carrying petty argument energies from seeing, what you had in past relationships, what you saw with your parents. You got to heal that. Your love life will benefits as you forgive your parents. Wow. Okay, my loves. Well, I wish you a very blessed, prosperous, and abundant October. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I forgot to do the Halloween Oracle card reading that I wanted to do for you guys. So let's do that really fast here. Let's do that. All right, Spirit, for October, what message do we want to leave with Aries? What message? Bishop. Of course, he's, as soon as, he's fine all day long, and then I have to do something about that line. Okay, what do we got here? The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. I love that. Let's take a look here. That's your message for October. Takeaway message. Let's see. Should the underworld card be present in your reading, you are being asked to consider exactly what you have to do to transform your life into something you find easier or more authentic to you. This may involve changing course. It may involve trials and tests. Keep moving. Whilst things may fall away and your life may appear bare for a time, this is temporary. Space is being made into which you can create the new. That is your lovely message for the month of October, Aries. Much love. Many, many blessings to you. Hello, Tauruses. This is your October monthly life, love, tarot and oracle reading. I love doing these, and I needed to do this tonight to just kind of, I don't know, just change my energy by focusing on others. Is sometimes a really good thing to do, you know? So yeah, let's get on started here. I am doing something a little different this month. I combined the Oracle of Nightmares and the White Rabbit Oracle because I am just feeling like doing that, and to make one super big light and shadow deck. So just like we do with the Dear Heart, I am looking at the overall overarching energies for Taurus for the month of October. What are the energies that we're working with in October that we need to work through? Okay. I'm just looking at my cards here. Okay. There's something being illuminated or coming out or coming into view or into focus. You know, in the month of October, it starts out with energies of doubt, wondering if you're able to have what it takes to get what you want accomplished, to get your goals accomplished. You're wondering if a relationship has what it takes to sustain the hard times. You're wondering if this job that you're working is going to be something that's going to stick around for you, or if you want to stick around for it. You're just having some doubts that you're working through in the month of October. And so you'll be working with that. And as a result of that, or in a response to that, and I apologize for this squeaky toy. My dog is playing with this toy, and it's better than him making other noises. Revelation. So we have revelation, something being revealed, right? So, and then something coming out of the shadows, emerging. So some news coming out from the darkness, now coming to light. Things coming up. What was once not really, what was once obscure and not into view and not into focus, and something you really just couldn't really think about or wrap your head around, is now very much now in the forefront, in your face. But it's helping you to confront some things, and it's helping you to realize that, yeah, you have doubts, but sometimes doubts are unfounded, right? And this may be some of those instances where your doubts are unfounded. There are other instances for some Tauruses, though, where those doubts may actually, what's being revealed, what's coming from the shadows, is something that is helping you to see something more clearly and vividly, and that you need to make some actions and do something about and turn things around. And you will. You know, I totally get a sense that it's not, just because we have doubts doesn't mean that it's all bad. It just means that there's some things that need to be closely looked at. And for some of us, what comes out of the shadow crystallizes our doubts and actually makes us go and take some actions in our life to change things in our lives. While others, the doubts are pretty much unfounded. So it just depends on the energetic vibrations that are going on at this, time for you specifically, individually. All right, so we're going to work with the Bohemian Gothic in the spirit of the season for the Northern Hemisphere. And we are going to do like we normally do, where I ask first, what will Tauruses be confronting in the month of October, or what do they need to confront? Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let me move you guys All right, so now that we've got that, what we're confronting, what tools will Tauruses be using, or do they have at their disposal? What tools? I just love this deck so much. Oh my God. I was not expecting to love this deck so much like I do, and my goodness. I love it. It's so moody, just like I like a deck to be at times, you know? Atmospheric. What tools will our Taurus friends be using or need to use in October in life, love, and abundance? Any other tools, Spirit? Okay. I need more room. My husband's supposed to be building a shelf. He's almost done, so I can move my books already and have more room to do my spreads. Finally, what's the outcome cards? What is happening, or what is the outcome of all of this going on for Tauruses in October in life, love, and abundance? What will Tauruses be taking with them into November? And what will Tauruses be leaving behind, or should leave behind, in October? Oh, sevens happening. Lots of sevens. It's gotta mean something. Okay. All right, so let's dive on in. Oh, no, we can't dive in yet. I want to lay out my other cards. I'm all out of sorts with this new deck. What do Tauruses need to surrender? Okay, well, I didn't get to finish my sentence, but Spirit knows. Surrender worry. Yes, the unfounded doubts, Taurus. You worry too much. You fret too much. I know there's something that comes up. There's a big old snafu. There's a big old something that throws a monkey wrench into your project. But let me tell you, that card right there underneath the doubt position is a good sign. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. And as I like to do typically is to lay out all the rest of the cards so we can do the remainder of the reading here. In abundance, what do Tauruses need to focus on and what's happening? Gotta detach. Okay. Nice. All right. Any other messages, Spirit, about? Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. In terms of love, for the coupled or single Taurus, what's happening and what advice do you have? Thank you, Spirit, in advance. Trust. Okay, no coincidence there. All right. All right. Some cool little messages. I'm moving all my stones to the side so I can make room. I knew doing Taurus's reading would make me feel good. I just knew it. I knew you guys would. I had to move all my stones. I'm just scooting the camera over so you guys can really see it. Because in Aries, poor Aries, I had it cut off because I didn't realize that the camera didn't have the spread fully in there. But fortunately, for the most part, I was pulling the cards up so they could see it. But that sucks. I don't like that. All right, and then I'm also doing something different. We're going to close with a little oracle message for my Tauruses who are watching. We'll just see if we get any intuitive hits. Thank you, Spirit. And we'll read from the guidebook, and it'll be your little beautiful little gift that you carry on through October. A message specifically to you, and it's Owl. Wise scene, wise action. Beautiful. All right, thank you, Spirit. Here we go. So there are some definite doubts going on at the beginning of the month for October for my Taurus friends. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And, you know, when you're going out, striking out on a new course of action, a new journey, if you will, into cultivating abundance, into building a career, into starting something new in a project, into, you know, maybe moving house or maybe nesting. When you're starting out doing that, there's doubts on whether or not that can be really fully accomplished. Maybe some of you are writing a book. Maybe you're starting a project, or maybe you're finishing a project. But now you're embarking on a new leg of your journey, which is now revealing itself in the Ace of Pentacles for you. So when it comes to doubts, for some of you, I get a sense that the doubts are more pertaining to you feeling like you can't, you know, really you're having doubts about being able to be a good breadwinner for your home, or being able to really have a nice home for your family. You're worried about that. There's where the doubts are kind of stemming from. Some of you, though, those doubts are also dealing with relationship issues, but I really get a sense that no, it's really speaking to something pertaining to your resources, your career life, your abundance track. The reason I say that is because we have the obstacles and blocks are lifted card, and this is an abundance card. So it says here, all your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. So in the face of fear and doubt, Spirit is saying that's just what the appearance of what the situation looks like right now. It's not really a true reflection of what's really going on and what's really trying to be birthed through you, Taurus. So trust and believe that obstacles are lifted. And guess what? That's what will come to pass. That is what will come to be. And then Spirit goes on further and says, hey, not only are obstacles and blocks lifted, my beautiful peeps, I want you now to take a divinely guided chance. Please take a divinely guided chance in the area that you're focusing on as you're thinking about this reading, as you're watching this reading. When you are hearing these words, what subject matter pops in your head and heart? Well, Spirit is saying that's where you're to take a divinely guided chance in. All positive changes and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. So that's beautiful. And we have here the Hermit card. So this is in the what's happening in the month of October for you. There's many of you who may have been much more gregarious and outgoing in September, and, just connecting to folks and, reconnecting with folks. In October, it finds you in a season of more hermit-like tendencies. You're pulling within, going within, and that's good for you. That's not a bad thing. It may help as you deal with the revelation, the shadow. It may help you as you comb through your feelings around doubts, how you learn to surrender worry, how you learn to say, hey, you know what? The obstacles and blocks are lifted. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Universe. And now I'm ready to take that divinely guided chance. But in the first beginning parts of October to the mid part, you're in hermit mode, and that's okay. You will, in the month of October, find yourself in a project or in a relationship or in a situation where you do emerge out of the hermit mode. It won't be a long period of going within. You will have the Emperor card where it shows you coming out, being, emerging as a leader, emerging as someone who is a fair and balanced leader, someone who it takes the initiative to plot and plan and to make changes that really, yes, affects our personal lives, but affects many others. And you do so with ease and grace. And so that hermit time that you had towards the middle and to the end of October, you emerge from the shadows. Things are revealed to you. You start to say, hey, this hermit time was great because things were being revealed to me, right? About my situation, about where my doubts really coming from. The doubts are really coming from your shadow self, where you're worried that you're not going to be able to carry through what it is that you promised that you would carry through. And Spirit is saying, don't do that. Be like the Page of Swords, and you will be towards the end of the month of October. You'll have that clarity of mind, that sharp-witted tongue, that, defending what's right and defending what's yours and taking care of business. You will be the Page of Swords, charging full speed ahead. But it takes you some steam. You go really through a journey through the month of October, which is beautiful, really, because this is how you build trust. This is how you grow that trust. We'll move into the tools position now. The tools position we have is Four of Pentacles. So, this card is usually associated with being a little miserly, kind of, holding your coins a little too close, a little too tight, holding your resources to the point that your resources rot and ruin before you even get a chance to share it with others, and then no one benefits from it. Something like that. But in this case, in the tools positions, it's saying two things. What? Don't be those things necessarily. Don't be so miserly that you're not even willing to invest in yourself and invest in your business or invest in your project like you need to, because that will prevent it from coming to fruition. That will prevent you from moving forward. On the other hand, for some of you, this is also saying, hey, I don't want to be too miserly, but I also don't want to be spending all over the place, and I don't want to be just shelling out all my resources for free, or just expending things and nothing really happening in return. So it's a twofold message with the Four of Pentacles, okay? We have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in the tool position again. With the Queen of Swords, she has that vision, but that vision comes from experience. It comes from, the experience of having to go through some kind of pain points But now she's on the other side, being able to really draw upon that experience, draw upon that wisdom that we get when we have to go through some things. And so you'll be drawing upon some experiences. You will be moving like the Queen of Swords, ushering in, being in your life, being a steward of new thoughts, new ideas, and fostering it in your home, in your personal life, just in your, and just really embracing, gaining more knowledge, gaining more insight, but also relying on your experiences and sharing them with others. And in the Tool position, the Queen of Swords is a very powerful archetype to have, because when you say, hey, I want to feel strong, empowered, I have new ideas that I want to birth into fruition. I want this to happen. That's percolating during the hermit time. And that's when you're having, it's like you have the hermit time, but what's being born through this is the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. That's coming up and coming through as a tool. The King of Cups is saying, also being a master of your emotions during this time period, fostering also and being a strong steward of emotions, being a strong steward of love, being a purveyor of that, pushing that agenda forward. The King of Cups does that. The King of Cups assures emotional stability and fulfillment. So that's why I get a sense that in the Tools position, it tells me you will master that and you'll be able to do that, and it's going to help you to manifest some things, especially once you take that divinely guided chance. Spirit is going to meet you and you're going to say, wow, I am rewarded from taking that divinely guided chance. But I had to work through some emotional stuff to get there. And the King of Cups says, you are the master of your heart and emotions and whatnot. So don't forget that. Don't give away your power. When something comes up that pisses you off, and it will, in October, something's going to come up. Don't lose your humanity. In fact, turn it up tenfold and pour love into that situation. Infuse that. And so that's definitely important. I want to, before we continue on with the Seven of Cups, let's talk about surrendering worry for a moment in the Tools position. It says, make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worry arises, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. And that is the King of Cups. The King of Cups isn't worried in life. In fact, he's the contrary. He's in fact the most at peace, right? Because he's living his life and he's loving life and he's loving the people in it. And he's trusting in the universal power that what he set out to do, what his desires are that he wishes to manifest, will manifest. He surrenders doubt. He surrenders worry, the King of Cups. So be like the King of Cups in that regard. We have the Seven of Cups. Sometimes we have many options before us, and it's important to recognize that. It's important to recognize that, you don't have to be stuck with just one narrow way of getting things done or getting to something or to achieve something. There's many different avenues that we can explore. And so remembering that is a beautiful thing, because that remembrance is what will help you also to not feel stymied and to not feel like you should really worry. It's quite the opposite. You really, Tauruses, have nothing to worry about. You are being taken care of and supported. Spirit also says to surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature this month. Okay? Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So you have many options when you're trying to soothe yourself during the month of October. Remember, you could soothe yourself by going into the natural world. Look into the natural world for clues and guidance and wisdom on your life, on what you should do next. I like to sometimes go out into nature and just sit and just be one with nature. And so many beautiful things happen in my mind when I do that. Many little things pop in there, and ideas and, synapses and connections and things just happening. And sometimes nothing happens, which is also just as beautiful. I just sit and I'm with spirit in those moments, no matter where that journey takes me. So you have many options, my lovely Tauruses, on how you can get some relief this month as you go through this process and journey. Wow, got a lot going on. All right, so in the outcome position, we have Four of Cups. So, also what's going on here is a sense of things feeling a little stale for you, a little not fulfilling, like, maybe your job isn't fulfilling. And so you have your sights set on what your future life will look like, but you're having a hard time, Taurus, is being in the present. And the Four of Pentacles again reminds us that your power is in the now, and that you don't want to be like the Four of Cups, kind of, wishful and wistful thinking and looking out at what others have and looking out at what you want to have in your future, when you're just not in gratitude now about your situation. You need to be in gratitude about your situation so that way you can receive what it is that you're trying to manifest. What I find interesting is that with the Four of Cups in the outcome card is that it's saying, yeah, you're going to have a period of time where that's where these doubts are. You're doubtful that you're going to be able to have the love that you want. You're doubtful that you're going to be able to have the work life and career that you want. But Spirit's saying, don't do that necessarily. And certainly don't carry that energy necessarily into November. Let's talk a little bit about the love life, okay? Because now with the outcome cards, this is where we really start to see some stuff happening here. So trust. It's saying this situation is calling for you to have faith. So if you're single, Tauruses, trust that you will find your love at some point when it's time. Trust that everything's unfolding as it should be, and that, yeah, there may not be anyone right now, but that does not mean that they are not in the works for you. Your job is to get ready for love to enter your life. That is your most important job if you are single, right now, and you wish to be in a relationship. If there's counseling that needs to be done, go to counseling. If there's some healing work that needs to happen, do the healing. If there's some talking it out that needs to happen, do that. But whatever you do, most of all, what is most important is you trust. I don't know what you'll have to do to get there to trust, but you need to trust that you will have love. For those who are in relationships, you have to trust. You have to surrender doubt and trust that this is, your mate, and that you guys are doing something good and that things are happening. There's going to be something that's revealed in the relationship. Seven of Swords-y kind of energy where, it feels like someone kind of tried to pull the wool over your eyes, tried to get one over on you. Maybe you felt like your partner tried to do that, or you just felt like in the relationship that it just had that kind of energy about it. But in the grand scheme of things, please don't get hung up on that. Whatever that situation was, I'm speaking to the coupled Tauruses, don't get hung up on that. You're probably going to find yourself letting your friends help you. You're going to be talking it out with your friends. You're going to realize this situation that I have with my partner and me feeling like him or her were pulling the wool over my eyes is not really what's happening. And your friends will help you see that. For those who are single, this card is saying, hey, your friends want to help you. They are ready to help you. Some are ready to help you with dating, creating an awesome dating profile, while others maybe know someone that you should meet, while others are just a listening ear to hear you vent as you talk about some of your dating challenges and your dating highlights. So this card is saying your friends will be there to help, and this is also an invitation to let them help you. And so we'll talk more about these two cards just in just a moment here, because I think it's tying into not so much the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is saying, hey, you know, this is the card where you're doing the work and you're not, you kind of pause and you're taking a look and assessing kind of where you're at and how much further you need to go and whether or not you've got what it takes to get there. This is where the going gets tough, right? This is at the point of the project where you got to finish. This is at the point of the relationship where you got to do or die. Are you going to break up or are you going to move forward? This is at the time in that new business opportunity where you put yourself out there and you advertise. These are those moments. And so Spirit is saying, take a divinely guided chance. Okay? Take a divinely guided chance. Very important. All right? Very important. Judgment comes up, I think, because in terms of love, and we can look at it in other aspects, but in terms of love, for those who are single, releasing your ex is very important, and it's just as paramount to trust in the universe and trusting in your partner, your future partner, and trusting in yourself, most importantly, that you can manifest a loving relationship. You got to release your ex. You might have to do some cord cutting. You might have to do some purging, some getting rid of some stuff that's in your house, in your heart, in your heart space. You got to do it because it's blocking the blessings. There's an ex that keeps popping up and resurrecting and coming up and popping in and going away. And that's not going to, either they stay and they hang out and they build something with you, or they go away and you make room for love to come in. For those who are in a relationship, again, your ex and the way those dynamics and how you worked with your ex is haunting your current today relationships, and it's making it where you kind of react and behave in ways that you did with your ex, with your new partner or with your current partner, and it's just not working. And you're wondering why you guys are having communication issues. It's because of those dynamics that you're carrying through. You may not be pining for your ex. Hell, you may not even give a damn about your ex. But the dynamics of your relationship is what is carrying forth into your current relationship. Again, cutting those cords, working on, hey, what is my part in the breakdown of this communication that I have with my partner? Where is that coming from? What is it? And that's how you can quickly assess, engage, and treat the situation, right? Otherwise, you can't. You won't be able to. And it'll continue to what? Resurrect. Keep coming up, emerging, being a constant energy in your relationship. And you don't want that. You don't want that to be a constant, resurgence. I also get a sense that the Judgment card is about following a higher calling, pursuing what it is that you wish to pursue for a lifelong career path. We all can have career paths that are short-lived or long-lasting, or, for the rest of our life. And that's where you're entering in a season. And you realize that as you maybe go into nature and you go into hermit mode, there's things coming to, you'll realize that the current job that you have today will definitely not be what's going to be your job in the future, because you're following a higher purpose and a higher calling. And Spirit is guiding you and taking you there. So trust and believe that the obstacles are being lifted and paving way for you to move forward. And here we have the owl. Wise seen, wise action. I love this. Following that inner wisdom. that wisdom that comes with spending time in the hermit. The hermit energy. Let's take a quick little gander at the Halloween Oracles guidebook. I turn right to the page. I'm just going to read a little excerpt, as I'll say. Should the hooting owl come looking for you this Halloween, it indicates the need for wise counsel or further information before you make a decision. Considered action is warranted. Think before you act emotionally and ensure you think strategically, not impulsively. That Queen of Swords energy. She's strategic. Okay? The Emperor, strategic. Be strategic. Be a master of your emotions when you're making a decision about something. Surrender the doubt and trust that it's all unfolding like it needs to. Okay? All right, my lovely Tauruses. I knew that doing this reading for you was the medicine I needed for me. What a blessing it was to do your reading this month. I feel very empowered by just seeing the cards on the table for you. And I wish you a very beautiful and abundant and highly blessed and favored October. Much love. Bye. Hi, Geminis. We are doing your October Life, Love, and Abundance Tarot and Oracle monthly reading. And we are doing it a little bit differently, but kind of the same. We are working with the White Rabbit Oracle combined with the Oracle of Nightmares by Ariana Siegel of White Rabbit Oracle for our overall overarching energies for Gemini for the month of October. Spirit, what energies will Geminis be working with in the month of October? Nice. Okay. All right. We've got quite a bit of energies going on here for Gemini. So we have resurrection, excuse me, serendipity, transformation, and breakthrough. Okay, so wow, we've got a lot going on with Geminis. There's going to be something coming back, something returning, maybe a family member who you thought had left for good, but now they're coming back again. Perhaps it's an old lover who's coming back or reappearing. Or it could be an old thought pattern, or it could be just something of a return, constantly seeming like they pop up and resurrect, if you will. So it's coming back, or this situation is coming back, or this person is coming back, because there's more lessons to be learned here. There's more juice to get out of this relationship, this situation. So just kind of go with it. Don't worry too much about it, or just kind of go with the flow on it. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a family member, whether it's a job situation that keeps recurring, or whatever, go with it. There's going to be serendipitous moments happening for you, chance happenings that feel like chance happenings, but they're not really. It will feel like there's something bigger at hand going on, because there's just going to be all these amazing things, these connect the dot moments that are leading you to what? Transformation. And as a result of the transformation that's happening, there's a breakthrough, a big lesson to be learned in the month of October for you, Gemini. It's like this situation keeps coming up, or this, something or another is coming up constantly. But there's going to be something going on that helps you to really transform your way of looking at it and transform your being in how you present and how you show up in the world in that situation. And as a result, you will have a beautiful breakthrough that will have lasting effects beyond October for you. All right, moving on my massive collection of crystals to make room for your mini energy cards for the month of October. We're going to now lay out all the cards before I do the full reading. But we're going to do like what we normally do, which is we ask Spirit, what will Geminis be confronting or dealing with in the month of October? What should they be confronting? What will they be confronting? Thank you. Nice. I like that. It really coincides with the cards over here, and I'll show you guys why in a moment. Oh, I cannot wait until my book's removed so I can have all my crystals and all my cards on one table. Well, maybe not all my crystals, but most of them. All right. Any other energies we're working with? What are we confronting? What is Gemini's confronting? Anything else in the month of October? Is that it? That's a lot. Okay. Okay. All right. What tools, thank you, Spirit, what tools will Geminis be utilizing in the month of October? And we get right off the bat the Three of Cups. What tools, Spirit? We're using Bohemian Gothic, by the way, for the tarot. And what tools will Geminis be using, or what should they be using? This is also advice. The Emperor, nice. Loving it. Any other tools, Spirit? Of course. Ooh, lots of tools. Oh, I'm gonna move some more of my stones. Oh boy, I was playing with them and looking at them earlier. So, oh, the Magician, nice. And the Lovers, beautiful, lovely tools at your disposal. Which, yeah, I mean, that kind of coincides somewhat with serendipity and breakthrough and whatnot. All right, Spirit, what's the outcome cards for October for Geminis in life, love, and or abundance? What will Geminis be leaving behind in October, and what will Geminis be taking forward into November? Three of Wands. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Any other things going on? Queen of Wands. Okay, it's quite the spread. Take a sip of my beverage. All right. Make sure that you guys can see all of the cards. There we go. All right. All right, Spirit, what do Geminis need to surrender? What needs to be surrendered or looked at by Geminis for October? Surrender frustration. Anything else, Spirit? Surrender to joy. Okay, moving more stones. In the abundance arena for our lovely Geminis, what's happening in October and what advice do you have, Spirit? Thank you. Bountiful nature. Nice. Detox your friendships. Okay, good advice. Trying to fit everything I possibly can in here. Eventually I will have room because I'm moving these books and moving everything forward so I can have more room to spread. All right, in the romance area for singled and coupled up Geminis, what's happening in October and what advice do you have, Spirit, for October? Or what advice? Now, religious factors. Okay, I felt called to pull 3 as I shift all my cards over. Let's see if we can do this like so. Yeah, I think you guys can see that. And then finally a little bonus oracle that we'll take a look at and maybe read an excerpt from the guidebook for Gemini. What's a little bit of special info from Spirit to you, Gemini, to close out the reading and for you to ponder and, you know, and sleep on and kind of really bring into your being. These are kind of difficult to shuffle. The lamp, remembrance. Okay, we'll stick you there. Let's see, you can make sure you can see it's all the way up there. Maybe I can fit there like so. Even better. All right, what a spread we've got here. I'm just going to take a moment and take this all in. This is quite a spread. But you guys know I love big spreads. All right, so for the month of October, Geminis, you know, we've got something coming up. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, okay? So maybe you got some disappointing news. You got some disappointing things happening at work or in your career life, or maybe you're not getting those interviews like you thought you would, or maybe you get some, you know, you're hearing some rumors about layoffs, or perhaps you're, you know, maybe not layoffs outright, but there's just not anything happening with your job, and it's disappointing because you already can't really pay the bills as it is, and you know, you're fretting over these things. You're fretting over, are you going to be able to make ends meet? You know, you're not able to really, though, see the bigger blessing in the situation. For some of you, like when I said earlier, there's a resurrection. There could be a return of a family member, a return of a person or a former lover or someone coming back, or a situation coming up again for you to take a look at. And I get a sense that the 5 of Pentacles is what we're talking about here with the resurrection of something coming up that you really probably need to have another look at. See, this person is walking, she's, you know, she's trying to be as strong as she can as she holds her children, and she walks past, you know, what appears to be a place that's got their lamp on, and it seems to be somewhat inviting. But instead, she's like, you know, I'm going to keep going. Be careful about that kind of approach to life. You know, just be careful about that. There's also disappointments I see that may be on the horizon with just dealing with certain people or your friends or who you think are friends. And the reason I say that is because we have your detox, your friendships coming up, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. We have here the Queen of Cups. So after you kind of deal with that energy towards the beginning and middle part of October, there comes a point where you are like, you know what, I'm feeling good. Even with this situation, I'm going to roll with the punches. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to be of love. I'm going to be love, be of love, and be loved. And I'm going to exude it and be all inclusive and just approachable, and things will just kind of unfold as they need to be. I will be a safe refuge for people in terms of emotional connections, for my spouse, for my kids, for my adult kids, for my small kids, for my coworkers, for even enemies, for even political foes, all of that. The Queen of Cups is able to rise above all of that. And she does. There may be something that comes about, like I said, a serendipitous thing that happens in the month of October that leads you to believe that, you know, there's something greater at hand here. What you thought with the Five of Pentacles and with the Resurrection card and even the Frustration card that's sitting over here, what you thought was something bad, it really is something that is an opportunity for some big time transformation. But there's some inner work you've got to work on, okay? Some Chariot energy is coming in. And the Chariot energy could be surrounding, you know, personal relationships. It could be surrounding now finally fleeing from the lack mentality, the not having enough, the everything is happening to me, woe song. Moving from that energy in the beginning of October, moving through to the Queen of Cups energy, and then finally gaining even more momentum and catching on to the Chariot energy and moving forward to some success, moving forward to some relief, moving forward to, dare I say, some joy, some happiness. But it's fast paced, it's picking up steam. You are having a breakthrough, some clarity of mind about your life, your purpose, your path. So October is a month of transformation from you, from where you start, the Five of Pentacles, to where you're now moving forward and going. There is somewhat of a setback I get with the Four of Cups, because after you gain some momentum towards the mid to, like, say, October 25th-ish, you know, with the Chariot energy, you got that momentum going. You then start to look back again at your current life and your current circumstances, and you get a little despondent and sad again. Like, how am I ever going to be where I want to be when I'm here? I feel stuck here. I feel like everybody else is living their life, doing what they want to do and being emotionally fulfilled in their life. I'm doing all the work that I thought I should be doing. Why isn't anything happening for me yet? For those who are single, why isn't my knight or my princess coming in? What's going on here? If you are, trying to switch careers and trying to move into something else and it's not happening as fast as you'd like, you're wondering, looking out and wondering, why am I not able to have what other people have going on? What's going on here? So that energy is kind of going on. And Spirit is saying, hey, Gemini, to counter that, you need to bring in some Three of Cups energy. Have a good time. It's, in the Northern Hemisphere, it is going to be Halloween. We're going to be in fall. It's, some Geminis really like to get festive. They like to decorate their homes. They like to, even if they don't decorate their homes, they even might want to change their attire. They really embrace the seasons changing. You guys really do embrace that. So, have fun. Maybe even consider having a get-together, having a party, going to a party, hanging out with your friends, connecting, surrendering to joy. Let's take a look at this card for a moment. It says a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. So again, Geminis, surrendering to more joy, having fun just for the sake of having fun, laughing and connecting and vibing and, Doing all that is medicine for every area of your life, believe it or not. It really is. It's because it helps shift your vibrations in those areas to align to something higher vibrational frequencies, which what's hanging out here in the high vibrational energies is the fun stuff, the good stuff, the desirable stuff. What's hanging out in those low base energies, those things that are kind of yucky and, well, yeah, yucky stuff. It's not feel good stuff for sure. So you want to be high vibing. You want to be high vibing and that's the truth of the matter. Spirit is also saying, you need to surrender frustration. With the Five of Pentacles, I see this card really as an extension of the Tools card. It says frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So let's say it's for relatives coming back or adult child who needs to come back with their children even to live with you. I'm just saying this as an example. As opposed to being frustrated throughout the whole month, letting it taint every other area of your life where you can't even focus on any area really like you should, like your career or your new little budding business, your hobbies, because you're so wrapped up in that. Spirit is inviting you to surrender to joy, to let the frustration go and just go with the flow and trust that everything is going to work out for the higher good of everyone involved. And that, you need to approach the situation more calmly and level-headed. And not throw your adult child and grandchild on the street, but find something that is a solution for all. Level-headed, okay? That brings me to being more like the Emperor energy. This is in the Tools position. This is the advice here, Spirit is saying. You will find yourself being like the Emperor, but this is also, you will find yourself being like the Emperor. But when I give you this advice, this is also an invitation from Spirit to say, hey, you can go into the month triumphant and strong, Gemini, or whomever is watching this video or called to watch this video. And you can take on the Emperor energy. You know what the Emperor is about. The Emperor is a leader. The Emperor is someone who, is about setting those strategic plans, those strategic goals, not getting so caught up in the emotions of it, not getting so caught up in what what things are looking like on the surface, but able to look at the big picture, the deeper picture, and for the greater good for everyone, including yourself, including your family. So that's awesome, right? That's amazing. Spirit is also saying that in October, you'll have the Eight of Pentacles happening here. Many of you will be diligently working towards your career, diligently working towards a new romance, a new relationship, or a marriage, or a new level of commitment, diligently committing to a new passion, a new hobby, a new interest that is budding into something bigger than you thought it could be. So the Eight of Pentacles is you working, and Spirit is inviting you with this Tools position of Eight of Pentacles to keep working and don't stop. This is a powerful time for you to really transform and have a breakthrough, have some things really jumping off and happening. And it's all because you learned the importance of surrendering to joy. You really get that. You really will get that. And then we have that with the Magician. Wow. Look at the Magician for a moment. Let's take in the Magician of this card as I take a sip of my beverage. In the Tools position, you don't get more serendipitous and more powerful. It's serendipitous, but it's also you and the magic within you coming together to form the creation, to form what it is that magic makes, which is manifestations. Spirit is saying you are the magician, you are the manifester. So manifest, carry on, be the magician, make that magic, do it. Don't sit on the sidelines. If you have hobbies, go on and start getting into them. You never know. Some people might see those things, those creations that you made, and they need to have it, and they're willing to pay you. You just never know. Follow your passions and see where it goes. The Lover's card is not just about love and about that kind of big soulmate love, although I get a sense as it's sitting next to these love romance cards, it's certainly for Geminis in the month of October. There is some love happenings going on for you all, for sure. But this is about a choice too, about a choice to choose lack thinking and anger thinking and being frustrated all the time, and that's how you're kind of operating, kind of bossing things around and trying to control everything, or choose a life of ease and flow. And that's also what the Lover's card is about, I get a sense. But it's certainly for sure about the lovers, and in terms of the loving soulmates energy, and it's in the tools position saying, hey, be ready to make that choice and choose love, and also try to recognize when you can that you have a choice to surrender frustration and to surrender to joy. So let go of the frustration and move to joy within a moment's thought. So that's how I feel is the Lovers working in this energy here. Okay, moving along. So let's take a look here at these cards. These are your abundance cards. It says bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet. Meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. And here's some more medicine for you, Gemini. Some really helpful medicine. Detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. So be careful of your company this coming month. But otherwise, go out in nature. It's going to be a beautiful time. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're in spring, right? And then you'll be enjoying that beautiful season. If you're in the northern hemisphere, enjoying autumn and all that comes with autumn. Beautiful stuff happening in autumn. Be outside, be alone, be with friends, but get outside, have some fun. It'll be good for you. Good medicines here in these cards. Good medicine. So let's take a look at the outcome cards, and as they relate also to the love cards, because I get a sense for some of you Geminis, yes, you are going to be having a rockin', lovely October in terms of love. But for some of you, who are watching this video, not necessarily. But let's take a look here. So we've got 3 of Wands. Whereas the 2 of Wands, you're, thinking about contemplating what's to come in your passion pursuits, your ambitions. The 3 of Wands has you setting off on your journey. You're going, you're moving. You are taking that stride to go forward and try something new in your life. Maybe something that spawned something at the beginning of October has spawned something for you to say, hey, I want and aspire more for my life. I'm going to take a class. I'm going to learn how I can do something better, how I can maybe tweak my resume. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to improve my skills in this thing. I'm going to pursue this more beyond my hobby, etc. So you will be doing that and moving forward. And Spirit is saying it's a bountiful nature in terms of also not just going out into nature, sure, but it's a bountiful nature that is the universe, that is at your disposal. All you have to do is affirm it. You, creator, Gemini, you are the creator. You co-create with spirit, with the universe. How you do that, why you came here to have this being, is to do it in your own unique way. What do you want to do though? What is it? Write it down. Get clear. Spend some time thinking about it each day. Daydreaming about it as you drive. It doesn't take any energy or time to kind of contemplate and do all that. So do it. The Three of Wands beckons you to do that. We have the Ten of Swords here. There's definitely a big transformation happening. Just like it says up here, there's a transformation happening that will be carrying on throughout November and beyond. Not just October, but beyond, coming through. And it may at first feel like really just like, like for example, the family members coming back and you feel like you've lost something, lost space in your home, lost space in your brain capacity, for Pete's sake. But it's a new way of being for you. You're going to transform this situation. You will be transformed. Something is being transformed in your life. Whereas you were once employed, you're no longer employed. Or vice versa. Whereas you weren't married before, and now you are. Vice versa. Maybe some are breaking up and moving on. So some of that energy is going on. But it's not all bad, it's just, it is what it is. We're all just trying to live our best life, right? And so sometimes if it's with a particular job for many years, great. Sometimes it's not going to be. Sometimes if it's with a particular friend or partner, yay. And other times it won't be. We pick up, we gather our strength and we move forward and we move on. And this will maybe be a breakthrough for you watching this video and kind of hearing some aha moments about your life. So, Four of Swords finds you maybe in the month of October taking some relaxation. Some of you will be forced to by, getting cold or getting sick. So I invite you in October to not get sick, but instead to actually, spend a weekend, resting and recuperating so you don't get sick. And this card says either you will be forced to by way of illness or some other incapacitation, or you can do it on your own. Then finally we have the Queen of Wands, the nurturer of the passion pursuits, the one who fosters and creates a safe haven for things, ambitions to grow and to actually, for goals to take off, for passions to runneth over. This is the Queen of Wands that says, yes, for sure. Whatever that serendipitous moment was, it spawned something in you and you're taking off with it. We've got some religious factors in terms of relationships. We say here, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. We've got wedding. This situation involves marriage. And we've got true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I'm going to first speak to the folks who maybe actually literally are just getting married. And, this month in October, congratulations if that's the case. This is your true love. This is a wedding. You guys had to overcome some religious differences, but you did, and you persevered. And now the Lover's card combined with the true love and wedding card shows that you had a breakthrough in your relationship, and now you are connected and you are bonded and you are moving forward. Even if you're not actually wedded, but wedded, or you might be connected, you might have elevated your commitment. And now you're moving forth and moving on to something deeper and more loving and more, and sharing. It's beautiful. For those who are single, perhaps you are in need of maybe some religious factors. Maybe you've kind of strayed away from your spiritual practices, and it's time to get back and check with that, because it's important for your spiritual self to have a connection. Also for singles, maybe in the past there was something about your religious upbringing or lack thereof, and you had partners who were very devout, or maybe they weren't devout, or whatever the case may be. you know, the religious parts of things for you, like, you know, what you are okay with, what you're not, kind of get clear. But then also, don't be so rigid. Don't let it just completely sway you from, you know, opening up your mind and being open to a different kind of person, because that person who's coming from a different path could be your soulmate. And, you know, there's some, for our singles, there's some work to be done in terms of, you know, preparing yourself for marriage. If it's something you desire, maybe there's some thoughts and things you've got about your own parents' relationship, whether they stay married or not. Again, get working on those things now. How you feel about those things. You don't want those things tainting your future relationship that could be just right around the corner for you. And for some, that with these kind of cards coming through with the Lover sitting here, I get a sense that for the singles, a true love situation is, you know, where someone might be coming in. You might be introduced to someone who definitely has that vibe for you, which is exciting. And then for those who are in committed relationships, you know, maybe you've fallen off your spiritual mojo, and one partner has, or maybe both partners has, and it's causing some rifts. So you might want to check into that and see if maybe you want to reevaluate how you want to practice your spirituality. Maybe it's time for a shift. Maybe that's why you're no longer doing it. But if it helps you to be a better partner in how you show up in your relationship, then you need to work on that. Perhaps religious factors are also finally tearing at the relationship, and it's finally time to deal with it and see what you all are planning on doing. For some in relationships, maybe not marriage, maybe marriages, but some, it may just be too much, and you guys make a decision to walk away and to transform the situation and have a breakthrough and break apart. But I get a sense that many of you, the transformation is that you rise above that. The turmoil and strife of yesterday's way of dealing with the situation is now going to, you have the dawn coming, and a new way of being and a new way of handling it. A breakthrough is at hand. And you guys reach a new level of commitment in your relationship. Because why? It's true love. You should. This video is going really long, my lovely Geminis. Let's take a look at the lamp. It's remembrance. Remembrance. Let's see what our lovely little guidebook. I'm just going to read an excerpt from Remembrance. I got this deck not too long ago, so I thought I'd throw it in here so I can get used to working with it. So one day I can use it in personal readings. So thank you all for letting me do it. I don't know why I can't find it. Really weird. Hello. I'm looking for remembrance. This is why I need to go to bed. It's the lamp, not remembrance. Silly me, guys. Thank you for your patience. All right. This card reminds us that it is a positive thing to remember those who have passed by celebrating their life rather than mourning their death. For those with whom we did not have an easy relationship, or even those we did not like, leave us with valuable lessons. Sometimes we learn more from our nemesis than we do from our friends, and so the darkness can illuminate our strengths and our true values so that we can live them more clearly and fully. So there's the lamp that's coming with the resurrection of whatever that situation is, to help you remember who you truly are, who the person in question truly is, which is love. God's love. You are love. So remember that. Light is shining bright for you, my lovely Geminis, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. Wish you a very blessed and abundant and well-loved October. Until the next video. Bye.